Well, hello there, my friends. Hello there. And welcome to the live streaming. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of painting and inking and watercolor painting as well. One of my very favorite things. I hope that everyone is doing well. Let me know where you are out in the world that we could give you a little shout out. And if you have any questions, my friends, let us know. I would love to be able to answer them as well. We have our wonderful Bethany moderating the live streaming and also letting me know some of your questions as well. I hope that everyone is doing well indeed. I have, as you can see, my friends, very lightly penciled the drawing in. We are going to be doing a wonderful cookie once again. One of my very favorite cookies. Do you know what my very favorite cookie is? Well, they are the yummy ones. This one is a French macaron. And I was visiting a wonderful bakery recently. It was called Bouchon Bakery. Delightful indeed. I was able to enjoy two different types of macaron. It was a raspberry and also a pistachio. Well, we're going to be trying our very best, my friends, to be able to do these. So what we have here, my friends, is we have watercolor paper. And we have a light pencil indeed. Someone was asking what pencils we're using. We're using the Faber-Castell. A wonderful pencil indeed. And now, my friends, we're going to be inking all of it. And I don't know if it is you, my friends, but for me, when I am inking something, when I'm drawing something, I always put it on a little angle to give my hand and my arm a little room. But I will try my best to keep it nice and straight for you as well. Now here we have, a lot of people might think that the macaron cookie looks a little like a hamburger. Well, it is a delightful thing, and we're going to talk a little bit about it as well. Do you know that a lot of the cookies have a wonderful flour that they use to make them? Well, on the macaron, my friends, they use a flour made out of almonds. And when they're cooking, you make all of the batter or the dough or whatever you might call it, and then you must let it sit. You must let the outside of it dry just a little. And then when you bake it, you have this very smooth top. And then the little bottom part of it, my friends, they call the foot. Now, a very good French macaron, a very good one, my friends, will have a wonderful, delightful foot. Now, when it's baking, it would look like this. Do you see it, my friends? And all of this little foot section has all of these wonderful, delightful little holes in what we call nooks and crannies. Wonderful.
Santa, our friend Scott, is here, and he would like to know, what pen are you using?
What pen am I using? Well, Mr. Scott is the one that turned me on to this pen. It is a zebra brush pen. And if you have ever enjoyed a live streaming with Mr. Scott, you will know that this is a question that he has asked maybe 1,000,000 times in each live streaming. I'm so very happy that you're here, Scott. You have truly helped inspire me in so very many ways, and I'm grateful for our friendship. So here we have one of my very favorite parts of the macaron. The filling. Oftentimes a wonderful, delightful, creamy filling. And as I was telling you, we were visiting a wonderful bakery called Bouchon Bakery in California. And this one, my friends, had all sorts of wonderful, delightful cookies. Oftentimes the macarons are, you might find them in different pastel colors. Well, the one that I was able to try was raspberry and pistachio. And you might guess, my friends, that the raspberry had a sort of pink color to it. And the pistachio, what color do you think the pistachio was? If you are guessing green, you would be quite correct. So one of the things that I love on this, my friends, we have penciled in all of the little pencil markings. And now it is all about doing all of what you might call the line work. And then we're going to turn this into our own very special, wonderful coloring book that we are going to be able to use watercolor to paint it. Wonderful.
Well, Everett would like to know, how is your yodeling?
Well, Everett Yoakum the Third, my friend, always asking Santa, how is your yodeling? I think it's a wonderful thing. As us as individuals, as creative individuals, as artistic individuals, oftentimes we are growing to truly love very specific and special things. As you might understand, one of my true loves truly is Christmas. It takes up all of my time, but I also love the arts as well. Well, Mr. Everett, my goodness, I believe that one of his true loves in life is yodeling. And Everett, I have not practiced my yodeling. Here we have that filling again on the top one. We have stacked two little macarons together.
My fellow elf Donna is here, and she's loving your red tape that you found.
Well, Donna, I have to also let you know, the elves tell me that anyone can find this wonderful, wonderful tape, and it will not cost them a whole lot of money. But I'm delighted that I found it in red. Here again we have all of the nooks and crannies, my friends. This part of the cookie of the French macaron is called the foot. The foot. And you might be able to tell that I have some lines in the background. That I'm going to be putting some stripes in the background of our macarons. But I do not think that I'm going to ink them, my friends. I think we will leave them. We will do them in a color in the background. Now, as you might guess, my friends, as I was saying before, right now it truly looks as though we have some hamburgers stacked on top of each other. But I promise you, my friends, they are cookies. They are cookies. Now, Bethany, how are you doing today?
I am very good today. It is a beautiful, sunshiny day here.
Wonderful, wonderful. And do we have any questions?
We just had one that came in asking, where do macarons come from?
Where do the macarons come from? Well, do you know what there's a very, very specific cookie, very similar, that comes from Italy. But I think the world over truly considers the macaron, the French macaron as well. It is a very difficult cookie to make correctly, a very easy cookie to make incorrectly. And I must tell you, I have tried many times, and each of the times I have done them incorrectly. We want to make sure when they're baking that we have this nice smooth top, and then as they are baking, they have the little foot on the bottom as well. A wonderful thing. Now here I think that we are ready to be able to paint them. But I'm going to ask you, my friends, which one should we do first? Should we make the top one the pistachio? Or should we make the bottom one the pistachio? Which one is the raspberry one? What shall it be, my friends?
Scott agrees that the lack of inking the lines will keep the macarons in the foreground. He thinks that's a great choice.
Wonderful. Well, Scott is the true master. He is such a wonderful teacher, and I know that Scott oftentimes says, well, he is not a teacher. Well, I will tell you that Mr. Scott is a wonderful teacher of painting, of art, and of personality as well. What a wonderful individual.
Oh, we've got 3 votes now for raspberry on top.
Raspberry on top, so we're going to start with the pistachio on the bottom. Wonderful. Now I'm mixing, if you can see, I'm mixing a little bit of green paint here, my friends. A wonderful thing. We're going to be doing it quite lightly at first. When we are painting in the watercolor, we want to make sure that we're starting with the lightest part first. And so I'm thinking of what would be the shiny part. Where would the light be coming from? Well, we want to make sure that the light right here in the front of the macaron is hitting quite nicely, right in the very top as well. So we're going to keep that all bare, my friends. The white of the paper will be the shine of the sun, or the shine of the light. We're going to do the same on the cream as well, the wonderful cream of the cookies. As you can see here, we have created 2 French macarons, but we need 4 cookies to make them. They are what we might call a sandwich cookie, and in the center is a wonderful, delightful cream. Now, I had just enjoyed some French macarons, and in the inside of the pistachio was a delightful pistachio cream. And inside the raspberry was a raspberry cream, and in the center of that was a wonderful raspberry jam that was hiding. It was a little surprise as well. Well, my friends, we're going to start on the bottom pistachio. And I want to tell you, do you know that oftentimes what I love to do is I will have a little piece of paper that I can try to see how the color is looking. This is a very important thing. And if it is a little too dark, we could change it. With watercolor, we can add a little bit of water as well. We can always add more color, but it can be often a little bit difficult, my friends, to be able to add a little less color. You'll notice, my friends, we have created a little spot where that sunshine is hitting. The wonderful thing about watercolor, my friends, is that it is all about layering. We want to be able to layer the colors. We can always make it darker. There are a few tricks to make it a little lighter as well. Wonderful. I think we have a...
What kind of watercolor do you use?
What was it?
What kind of watercolor do you use?
This watercolor is a wonderful one from Germany. It is called Schminke. And they have all sorts of wonderful colors. One of my very favorites. Now, Mr. Scott, if you are still watching, this is the time where you might be shouting out, blow dryer! We have our wonderful candy cane blow dryer that we're going to be using, but I have found it is rather powerful. We must keep it light, my friends, we must keep it light, or it's going to blow everything all about. Wonderful, wonderful. And as always, my friends, we're blowing things about. And our wonderful paintbrush took a dive. Now on waters, my friends, I'm always trying to keep, can you see it? I'm always trying to keep two waters. We have one for cleaning and one to freshen it up with nice, fresh water. Now this one here, I'm going to give it a little bit of an extra little hue. We can always change the colors, my friends. It does not always have to be the same of the greens. And here we're going to create a little bit of a shadow. We're going to add some more shadows later as well.
Everyone loves that beautiful striped blow dryer.
Now one of the things that we want to see, let's see if we can get a good color. Well, what I will do, my friends, is I'll put a picture on the Instagrammy so that you can see all of the wonderful colors.
I'm trying to decide if macarons are harder to eat or to paint, or harder to bake or to paint, because I've tried to bake them exactly twice, and both were not successful.
Well, it is all about the mixing, all of the consistency. And I must tell you, Bethany, I have not been successful either. Wonderful. So we're putting all of the little nooks and crannies, all of the different shadows into it as well. I think we're going to also need to check on the coloring, my friends. The coloring so that you can enjoy what it looks like. It looks a little interesting. Well, we will try our very best. I'm also going to put a little yellow in there as well. Just a few little hints of the yellow, my friends. What do you think on our macaron? Blow dryer. think the blow dryer needs a blow dryer song. Wonderful. Now, my friends, something that I love to see on the macarons is we will find sometimes little speckles. So we're going to put a few little of the speckles in there as well. You do not want to do it too much, but just a little bit. We might say that it's adding a little bit of texture as well. Do you see all of the little speckles, my friends? Wonderful. Now we're going to move on before we do all of the wonderful shadows, my friends. We're going to move on to our wonderful raspberry, macaron. Now, what color do you think the raspberry is going to be? What do you think it will be, my friends? We're loading up the color. Do you see all of the color that we're here? I think we're going to give it a little extra water.
Wolf 307 says hi, Santa, and Rita says you have some beautiful macaroons.
Wonderful. Well, hello there, my friends. Welcome, welcome. Now on the raspberry macaron, we're going to give it also a pink filling, but I'm going to change the self.
Scott says, don't be mad, Santa, that he doesn't like macarons. He thinks he was disappointed that they didn't taste like hamburgers.
Well, Scott, we will forgive you this one time. But I would say, my friend, that maybe it is a texture thing, but they make macarons out of so very many things. I would think you would be able to find one that you love. Now, something that I have done is I put a little too much on there. And so I am trying to pull some of it off. The wonderful thing, my friends, is we do not make mistakes. There are no mistakes. We just keep going and we continue to learn. This is a wonderful thing. Blow dryer. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Wonderful. Now, I would love to ask my friends.
Blow dryer song.
My friends, I would love to ask, what is your favorite type of cookie? If you had a cookie, my friends, your very favorite, what would it be?
We had a friend here earlier with the username Miss Peppermint Cookie, so I have a feeling that's going to be her favorite.
Well, I would think so. Peppermint Cookie. Wonderful name. It might have been one of the elves, my friends. I know a peppermint cookie.
I was wrong. She said right now she wants a chocolate chip cookie.
Wonderful. I believe that I'm going to be wanting a cookie right afterwards as well. Here we're going to be putting in...
Her favorite cookies are those with a lot of colors. She doesn't even care that much about the flavor as long as they are beautiful.
Wonderful. Well, I care about the flavor as well, my friends. Beautiful cookies are wonderful, but we want them to have flavor as well.
And Storytime Fox says macaroons and chocolate chip cookies are their favorite.
Delightful. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. What is the oldest Christmas song? What is the oldest Christmas song? And oftentimes they will say Jingle Bells. And I have to say, well, my friends, not everyone understands, but Jingle Bells started out as a song for Thanksgiving. It was not a Christmas song at first. Wonderful, wonderful. Now, Bethany, do you enjoy the French macaron?
I will leave them to the professionals.
Now, I'm going to, before we do all of the little details, I'm going to put something on the background. I think we're going to put some stripes in here. And here we go.
Rita says that you are inspiring her to make more art.
Wonderful. Well, my friend, I know that you can do it. Everyone is an artist. Everyone can do it as well. We start in one area and we learn, and we practice and try it. And the wonderful thing about art, something that you love, there might be another art that you... There's so very many things to do in art. There are some things that I have not even tried, but I have wanted to. One of them is making stained glass. I've always thought that would be a wonderful thing to try. I think it would be so fun. Now, one of the things that I love, my friends, is that art is an expression. It does not need to be perfect. It needs to be something that we enjoy. Now, you will see that the lines here, they are not the straightest lines. And do you know that I'm not worried about them being the straightest lines? We're putting a little line in there that you can see, that you could spot the line in the background. And if they are not perfect, my friends, it is okay. I love the pastel stripes because it reminds me of a bakery. Now Bethany, a wonderful artist, paints with oil paints, also a, a, something that I have not done for a very, very long time.
Oils are my favorite. I didn't like them until I fell in love with them. It was a complicated relationship.
Well, I think the oil paints for most artists are like the macaron cookies for you, Bethany. They can be a little finicky, but once you know them, they're delightful. How am I doing on the stripes, my friends?
They look fantastic.
I'm going to go in the very back of this and do a little bit more on the edge, just to give it a little bit more definition. But we do not want the background to be so busy and bright that we do not focus on the cookies. Remember, the cookies are the main part.
I think your stripes look wonderful.
Wonderful. Here we have the stripes. Delightful, delightful. Now I'm going to darken it up just a bit. And I'm going to give it a little bit of a blow dryer as well. Just so that the paint does not move so very much. It's beginning to look a lot like watercolor painting. Well, I truly hope, my friends, that each of you will find things that you can try. Try for the first time. See how you like them. You might find something that you truly love. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit more orange, but we're going to do the edges, just to give it a little bit more definition, as they say. Now, when doing something like this, I think that it should have a sound, my friends. It should be wee. And remember, it does not need to be perfect. It does not need to be perfectly straight. We just want to emphasize the lines. This is truly making me think. I did not put it right there. You didn't spot it, my friends. You have to let me know when I've missed something. All the way down we go. Wonderful.
Rita says your macaron art would be perfectly displayed in a cozy coffee shop.
Right next to where you can order the hot cocoa. Wonderful. Now what do you think, my friends? Should we leave it, the stripes, the white stripes, should we leave them white? Or should we make them maybe a little yellow? You let me know.
So far, we've got one vote for leaving them white.
Wonderful. My goodness, I keep dropping the paint, or the brush, my friends. Wonderful. Well, let's just leave them white. It will make things a little easier as well. Now here we're going to put in a little bit of shadow, my friends. And for the shadow, we're going to do a dark, dark purple, a little bit of blue. Do you see the purple that we're creating? This will be our shadow. We have to do as well. You see where the shadow is living? We're going to put a little shadow all along this little edge right here, as well as some of the little nooks and crannies as well. We're going to put a little shadow all the little bottom of the cream. And right on the bottom as well here. And here we have the bottom of this cookie, a little shadow. And this little cookie is sitting on top of this cookie, so it's going to get a little shadow on the bottom as well.
We have a question. Are there special reindeer cookies that they can have?
Are there special cookies for the reindeer? Is that the question?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the reindeer, they have all sorts of wonderful little treats. I think that something that would be very similar to what you might enjoy is actually a graham cracker. They have something that is a cookie, but we have to be very careful. The reindeer, we do not want to give them things that are not going to help them in staying strong. And wonderful. I think, my friends, that
Meow, that was my cat Pacato saying hello.
oh, wonderful. Must be a wonderful art visitor when you're painting. blow dryer. Hopefully it's not too loud. This is a very quiet blow dryer. Wonderful. Now, my friends, we're going to put a little bit of the highlights as well. I think I might put a little bit more ink in there as well. Do you see at the top here where the sun is shining? We're going to give it a little bit of color right here on the edge, my friends, where the sun is shining as well. A little bit of extra.
How are Holly and Coco doing today?
My goodness, Holly and Coco have been quite well. I went on a little bit of a trip the last few days, and so they were very excited for the return. They're doing quite well. All of the little highlights, all of the little shiny spots of the sun.
Scott is asking what sort of white pen you're using.
Well, Scott, it is the Uniball Signo, as you might guess. But I think I might be changing it, my friend. I've been using it for a little while. And sometimes it is a wonderful thing, and sometimes it's a little finicky, as they might say. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, my friends, I hope that you've enjoyed the French macaron. I hope that you will share with me some of the things that you're working on as well. Art is such a wonderful thing indeed. Well, I think we are ready for...
Macarons look lovely.
Wonderful. Well, I think we're ready to take off the tape, and then we'll do a little show and tell, as some of you were asking to see some things.
Steve Singularity would like to know, how often do you draw? And says that you're a lovely artist.
It's very kind of you, my friend. Very kind of you indeed. I try to draw every day. There are some days that I do not get to it, but I try my very best. We're also going to put on the very bottom here. We're going to put Santa on there as well. There we have it, my friends. It's the French macaron. I hope that you enjoyed it. Now, some of you last week were asking if you could see some of the other things that I've been working on, or some of the other art that I've been doing as well. And I thought I would show you a few things from the week. a few things to work on. Well, you will see this one here. I wanted to make sure that I would do a good job for you. So I was practicing with another one. There we have it. This one, maybe a blueberry. It's not quite... Is it focusing? There we are. So we have two macarons, my friends. One with the pink and one with the orange. A raspberry, a pistachio, a blueberry. And which one was the orange one? I think it was orange. We also have a little baby penguin that I was working on. Isn't it so very cute? I think the penguin needs a name. And we also were doing some Christmas trees as well. This is another one that I was doing this week. And recently I've been working on this one as well. Something that at the bakery that I was visiting, the Bouchon Bakery. I think we are going to paint this one today. I ran out of time. But a wonderful one. There's always something to work on. Always something to enjoy. My friends, I'm wishing you good things. I hope that you will enjoy art. Enjoy finding ways to be creative, using your imagination and your mind, and try something new as well. My friends, I'm grateful to each of you, to all of your comments and likes and all of the positivity that you share throughout the world and the little positivity that you share with me as well. I'm grateful from the bottom of my heart. I remind you that you are special and that you are brave, that you are intelligent and wonderful in every way. And I hope that you will find ways to spread a little positivity into the world. The world truly needs it. Oftentimes, when we're looking around the world, it wants to focus on all that is going wrong. Well, may we take a little time to think of all that is going right as well. I try to do this every day. What today is going right? Well, today I'm with you. And I was able to do a little painting today. A wonderful thing. I wish you all goodness, my friends. Be kind, be good, and stay out of trouble. And I will see you once more next week at the same time to paint something else. Will it be a cookie? Or maybe something different. I'll see you there, my friends. Be kind, be good, and stay out of trouble.